Big Friday crowd. You guys probably think it's Saturday, but
It's the creme de la creme.
go ahead, guys. I'll tell you the injuries. Tartt, Foster, and Pierre are going to be out. Everyone else is good.
Kittle and Richburg are okay?
Yep, good to go.
With Kittle's chest, was that like a concern this week, him being in the no contact jersey where you might have to keep an eye?
Yes, it's been a concern for a few weeks, and he got a hit last week. It hurt. Got a few extra days of rest, so that's a benefit for us. But it's something that you are always concerned about.
Reuben's been listed this week with just the hamstring. Is the shoulder not an issue anymore for him?
Yes, the hamstring's why he's not playing.
Do you look at the bye week as an opportunity? Did that factor into the decision, just the fact that he could have 2 weeks?
No. If he could play this week, he would. The bye week will definitely help him. I'd be very surprised if he wasn't ready by after that, gaining a week. I think he would have a chance to play next week. But no, he's definitely not ready to go this week.
With Matt Breida, how much did his durability, particularly for his size, factor into your interest in him?
Just through the draft and everything?
Yeah.
Not much. He was durable in college. He played a lot. We thought he was a real good runner. A guy that we definitely thought was draftable. We thought he would. We thought he would be around there late, and we went a few directions there in the 6th and 7th round. But he's one of the guys you're watching every pick, saying, "Man, I hope that guy gets to free agency." And then you always have, if you have one of those extra 7ths or things, or went a different direction, we definitely would have grabbed him. But we felt very fortunate he lasted.
You aware that he hadn't missed a game since high school?
I don't remember that off the top of my head. I'm sure we talked about that, but durability wasn't an issue. I think from what I remember, just with you asking me this, this was 2 years ago, from what I remember, he had a very good numbers and stats, and then they went really down his last year. And I think that's why he went a little bit under the radar because of numbers, which you do hear about, but that's usually the last thing you hear about. We just put the tape on and watch it, and you think he's going to be way up there, and then you try to figure out why no one's talking about him. And from what I remember, I think it was because his numbers took a big decline his last year. Could be wrong, but that's I think.
With this being Nick's first week in full-speed reps, full-time here, what kind of impressions did he make on you?
Real good. Nick, like I said last week, Nick's a machine with every opportunity he gets. He is out there. He's dialed in. He takes advantage of every opportunity. Showed some clips earlier in the week of where he was last year on this exact date on Wednesday, whatever that date was. And we were running a play on the field, and it wasn't him getting the rep because we were great. He was at middle third safety, and we were showing him. And I was like, how'd you get better that day? And then there was clips from him after practice throwing that clip on air. And then the next clip was a year later to the day, and we were on the same play, but he was actually playing quarterback instead of safety, or not on a field by himself, throwing the air. So he always finds a way to get work, and he works the same way every day. It's, I'm sure, a lot more fun for him and better work that he's got the other 10 guys out there he's going to be working with on Sunday or Monday.
Coach, last week, recovery was such a huge concern given the time span. Now that you've had all this time, how big of a difference do you see in the guys?
The guys are a lot fresher. Just having a longer week helped us. I know we're going to get it more with our bye week. It's a very fine line because we've been waiting a long time to get a chance to recover, and our guys have really needed it, and it'll help us. I think that's why we don't have as many guys questionable right now, and they're going to get a lot more next week. But wasn't as concerned with recovery this week because we got a few days off this weekend. I thought we had as hard of practices as we had this weekend. We needed to, one, because we were capable of it, and two, because we're not going to get a lot of practice time next week.
Air quality affect you guys the last couple of days, Kyle, outside of changing the practice time?
Yes, it affected us because when we changed the practice time, we had to cut stuff out. So we cut about half of our walkthrough out, a number of plays out. We were afraid the air quality was going to get worse as the day went. So we cut out some of our individual time, routes on air, things like that, and just tried to get to the plays. So, it didn't change the schedule a ton, but definitely made it a little different.
That was yesterday?
That was yesterday.
Today
was all right. The air quality was still there, but it was actually a little better from what I was told than it was yesterday. We didn't have to cut anything because Friday, or the real football Friday, is usually a shorter practice anyways and starts earlier anyways.
You're not anticipating anything Monday night in terms of possible postponement? Or
I know it's a possibility because I definitely understand what's going on, and I'm just hearing about it the last 2 days, and last night. Just when I got home, my wife showed me some of the videos that are going on. It's, you know how bad it is, and you see it, and it's unbelievable. It's affected a ton of people on our team. I know everyone through California, and obviously our prayers go out to all those people, because that is probably the most important thing going on in our country right now, that we got to get that fixed, because it's scary and it's a real deal. And I know how many people it's affected in this building, so I can't imagine around the state. But as far as the game on Monday, I don't know if we're ready to play, and I don't plan on things changing. And if they do, it's because it needs to, and we'll wait till someone tells us what we're doing after that, and we'll be ready to do it.
Some of the timing from snap to throw for Nick, the advanced numbers that came out were like the lowest in the league this year, or second lowest. Was that a product of the game plan, of a lot of quick passes, or is that a testament to him having a really quick release?
I think it was everything. Just on a couple plays, I'm sure it was Nick having a good release, getting it out fast. On a few plays, it was guys getting pretty open pretty quick. And we didn't have to, the way the game went, there wasn't a lot of stuff that you had to do later in the game, going down the field and things like that to try to get back in. And we had a pretty good lead, so we were able to be pretty conservative with that. So I just, Nick played very well and did some good things, and wish it could be like that all the time. But that's not always just up to the quarterback. You got to have good situations and play well as a team.
When you sit in the room with a quarterback, how would you compare working with, building the game plan? I guess how much of, when you are constructing the game plan, do you sit there with Nick, with the quarterback, or do you make it and then you talk to him and integrate him with it?
No, you make it, then you talk to them. You hope they're watching on their own on Monday and Tuesdays. Coaches get ahead, and we got a little bit more to do to cover. But I don't really talk to them till Wednesday. He'll come in Friday afternoon, meet with Rich, our quarterback coach, and see where we're at with the game plan, ask him some questions. They'll talk. Sometimes, Nick didn't do it this week, but sometimes the quarterback will come in and speak to me about some things, and it depends on what the day is, what the questions are. But it's usually Wednesday.
So does he have some feedback after he first sees it, and then you kind of tinker with it from there?
Yeah, I hope every player has feedback. A lot of guys don't really have feedback till they go out and rep it. It's more Wednesday, you put a ton of stuff in. They kind of just sit there in a room like this, and we get up and diagram it, show clips of it. They try to soak it all in. You go out, walk through it, come back in, have lunch, talk to you guys. Then you go out for practice and you rep it. And then you talk about it, but not too much, because you just want them to play it, see how it is. Then you come in and you watch the film, and that's where I sit with the quarterbacks and Rich, and we talk about every play and what happened at practice today. Do you need to rep this again later in the week? Do you not like this? Why don't you like it? Yeah, you're right, it sucks, let's take it out. Or no, it's, we got the wrong look, let's try it again tomorrow and show you something different.
What progress have you seen from Tyvis Powell and Marcel Harris?
Those guys have done a great job. Marcel, it's been a tough road for him. He wanted to come and help us right away, coming off his Achilles from his last year in college. It was tough. He's been itching to get out there every second. Tried in training camp, wasn't quite ready. He's been waiting so hard for the day he could come out and practice. I know that was a couple weeks ago. The time he had to come out and practice, I think it was the Green Bay week, was his first time we had too many guys down on offense. I think we had like 8 starters out, not able to practice that week, and so we had to walk through. So it was torture for Marcel, because he'd been waiting so long to come out and practice, and his first practice back was a walkthrough. So he had to wait for that. Then last week we had to walk through because of the Thursday night game, and he's been working. He's itching to get out there. It was cool that he got out there and got to play a little bit last week, and hopefully we'll see him a little bit more as we go. And Powell, he's done a great job for us coming in, playing corner to start off, moving him to safety to see if he had a chance to help us at the end of training camp. He's come a long way, and just learning what to do on a short amount of time, and giving us some versatility in the secondary, and also on special teams.
Where do things stand at will linebacker? It seemed like you were rotating. Were you rotating Elijah and Malcolm, or did their snap total was?
No, we weren't rotating them. Okay. There's a few things that happened with Malcolm during the game where he needed to take a couple series off. But no, we're not trying to rotate Malcolm. Malcolm is a real good player. It was fun to have him out there, especially at that position. That's what he does best. And no, there's just things that came up in the game where he needed a few plays off.
What's been your experience playing against teams that are coming off their bye week? Is there any rhyme or reason? Do they have extra energy or anything?
It can go either way. I'd rather them not be coming off their bye week. If I had to pick, I don't know exactly every one. But you don't like guys having more time, and you don't like guys being more rested. But this is the first time we were a little bit more rested too, and had a little bit more time. So That's sometimes that can be an advantage, sometimes it can be a disadvantage. There's time you have more time to overthink stuff and you put too much stuff in and you water a game plan down. So there's no absolute to it, but if I had to pick, I'd rather people have to play us the day after they played and have no time to prepare.
Have you decided which running back you could elevate or will elevate to the active roster for Monday?
Yes, we have decided, but I haven't told them yet. So I apologize. I would, but it's recorded and I got to tell them first.
Coach, have you had an opportunity to speak with Coach Shane or reach out at all, given that his father's house?
Yes, I saw him on the field for the first time today. I just told him there's not a lot you could say. I just told him I'm glad his parents are all right. And you lose a house, and it's a big deal, as everyone knows. Fortunately that they're okay, but I know Shane's going through that, and a lot of people in our state are going through it. And we're be here for Shane as much as we can be, but that's something that's going to take time to fix.
Has anybody been affected, have your players been affected at all from having, worked out with that air quality?
They haven't mentioned it to me. I don't think so, but I don't know. I think every person's different. From what I hear, people with asthma and stuff, it affects more. My wife doesn't have that, and I know it was hurting her eyes when I got home last night. She had a headache, so I think everybody's different. But no, none of them came to me and said, hey, we got to get out right now. If they did, we would have.
All right.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.